One thing I have to remind my swimmers all the time is that when you make a big change, say it's strength training or whatever change it is in your life, if you actually start changing, there is going to be a growth period where you're going to have growing pains. Things are going to feel weird. Life's going to be all chaotic. If we think about like physically, when you start strength training, for instance, you're going to start building strength. It's going to be uncomfortable building strength. You know, in the beginning, you're going to be sore and stuff. But even as you build that strength, it takes a while for you to be able to use that strength and transfer it into the pool, because your whole career, you've been swimming a different way. You've been swimming with a weaker, less efficient body. And now, you know, if you immediately upgraded yourself, it's like when you go through a growth spurt when you're younger, you always get slower when you go through a growth spurt for a period of time, because you've got a completely new body and you haven't learned how to use it yet. So it's the same thing when you get stronger. And it's the same thing in other periods of your life. Like there's always this period where you feel uncoordinated, where you don't actually know how to use, you've upgraded, but you don't know how to use it yet. So that period between starting and between getting the result that you really want is always this uncomfortable, unpredictable period. And it makes life so much easier when you realize, when you prepare, when you know that's going to happen, and you give yourself time and you give yourself space for that. Because real change is always going to have some sort of growth period in there that's going to be uncomfortable, because that's change, right? It's supposed to be unpredictable, because if you're going to somewhere you've never been before, you're not going to know how to deal with it like straight away. So all you can do is, when you hit those periods, realize that, okay, yes, I've made this massive change and it's okay, I'm in my growth period. And then you can just relax and be like, all right, my result isn't ready for me yet. It's just going to come when the time is right. And yeah, with strength training, often people go through this period where they're like, oh, you know, I'm feeling stronger in the gym, but like my times are getting slower in the pool. And I'm like, great, good, you know, because I know time and time again, what's coming after that is a few months down the line, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Untapered, unshaved, everything. I just went to PB and whatever, and this thing I haven't been able to go for ages. I thought I was getting worse. But, you know, when you have someone to tell you that, people to reinforce the idea that that's normal, you have to go through that period, then makes it so much easier for you to go through that period faster and go through it a bit easier, because it's hard, and it's when most people quit because they get full of doubt in that period. So just remember, if you're making a big change, expect a big growth period and look forward to whatever happens to you. Like, you're going to learn from it, and it's going to teach you the stuff that you need to learn to make even more progress in the future. So have a good one, guys.